Hey guys, welcome back to another deck profile. Today we have another Syn Shenron list. This one was for Carta Magica Online Regional. I went 7-0 with this list until losing in the finals against Marcel Russell with King Piccolo. This was a best of one tournament with a brand new format and ban list. With that being said, I made this video to show what an updated Syn deck list looks like after the set 16 format. My tourney run consisted of 3 red, 2 black, 2 blue, and 1 yellow decks. A very open format which made deck building a little tougher since the meta hadn't been established yet. Real quick, those matchups were round 1 against SS3 Reboot, round 2 U7 Goku, round 3 Golden Frieza, round 4 Trunks Xeno, round 5 U7 Goku, round 6 Xeno Gogeta, round 7 Android 16, and round 8 against King Piccolo. Alright, so right before we go into the deck, I'll link my previous video in which I got first place at PPG event in Arizona. That video goes into detail about every card in the deck, as well as reasons behind the list. I highly recommend it to any player wanting to learn the archetype. This video only includes 3 different cards from that previous list. The only reason I'm making this video is because with the new set and ban list, you may not know what to play or how to adapt to the new format, so here it is. On the front side, when this card attacks, look at the top 5 cards from the top of your deck, add up to 1 Shadow Dragon among them, add them to your hand, shuffle your deck. Also, at the end of your turn, choose up to 1 yellow Shadow Dragon card in your battle area and switch it to active mode. And the Awaken skill, when your life's at 3 or less, or you have a yellow Unison card with a specified cost of 4 in play, you may draw 2 cards, switch up to 1 of your energy to active mode, and flip this card over. On the Awaken side, when this card attacks, draw 1 card. Auto, at the end of your turn, choose all yellow Shadow Dragons in your battle area and switch them to active mode. And of course, the Activate main, tap 6 energies, play up to 7 Shadow Dragon cards with different card names from your drop area. Starting off with the negative energy 1-star ball, this is what you want to have on the battle area by the end of turn 1. The Syn Shenron chain starts with him on turn 1 and Activate main on the following turn. A surefire way to find negative energy 1-star ball is with Eis Shenron. For 1 energy, he discards himself from hand and searches out from deck and plays a negative energy 1-star ball. This is an even better turn 1 play as he thins your deck a little bit and also fills up the drop area. Now we have Syn Shenron, Shadow Dragon Leader. The second piece of the chain, he is what resolves from the negative energy 1-star ball. When he comes out, he typically chooses Leader and prevents them from attacking the following turn. He is a blocker, and also when he is removed from the battle area by an opponent's skill, you get to play a negative energy 1-star ball and draw a card. Moving into the final piece, we have the 9-cost Syn Shenron Destruction Incarnate. He has an EX Evolve for 1 yellow energy. You get to EX Evolve on top of the 4-drop we just mentioned. He is a blocker with Revenge. When this card is removed from your battle area by an opponent's skill or KO'd, draw 2 cards, then play up to 1 negative energy 1-star ball from your drop area. Also, the other auto, when your opponent plays a battle card, you may choose that battle card ignoring barrier and negate its skills for the turn. Keep in mind that's not once per turn, so it stacks up for every single card your opponent plays. Don't rely on this guy sticking on board for longer than the turn you play him, because your opponent will remove him. There's many cards right now that can remove this 9-drop Syn Shenron, and I guarantee you he will not stick on board for longer than 1 turn. Nevertheless, just because of the presence of the card, your opponent has to play their turn 3 or turn 2 a lot different than they normally would just because of the skill negating ability that Syn Shenron has. So despite the fact that it will get removed, all the benefits that come along with it are too good to pass up. If you manage to keep them on board, you're going to be in a great position as that will free up your energy on turn 3 to start getting a wide board set up. And I suggest you practice that turn 3 because it's the make it or break it point in the game as you're trying to do your best to awaken on turn 4 via the Mechi Unison. A lot of battles are decided the moment you play Mechi Unison, all depending on your board state and life total. So maintaining 9-cost Syn on board going into turn 3 is going to be a huge advantage for you and should make it a lot easier getting to that turn 6 where you can activate main. Speaking of which, we have our 4-cost Mechi Unison. He is the awakening factor in our deck. It's what lets us go into that turn 4 very confidently, tapping out, playing Mechi, untapping, drawing 2 cards, and of course drawing 1 more from his activate main. Being able to rest cards with the blocker skill and auto, and just in case you need it, we always have the -4 activate main to choose up to 1 of our opponent's battle cards, gain control of it, and switch to active mode. Amazing Unison. Now we have Oceanus Shenron. She is our Shadow Dragon filter. She gets discarded, so adds to the drop pile as well, and is also the perfect target for Syn allies absorbed. You couldn't run the deck without her at 4. Going into Nuova Shenron. Man, did I miss this guy in the finals. He is crucial to that turn 3 board setup, since for 1 energy he gets played. At this point you can put him in rest mode, burst 2 cards and play Naturon from drop, or you can attack with Nova, sacrifice him for Syn allies absorbed and go from there. Now we go into Naturon Shenron. This is your main target off Nova. He will be skillless off Nova, however, after that, the following turn and during your opponent's turn, he will have the most important abilities, which is when your opponent plays a battle card or a Unison, you can choose it and put it in rest mode. That will trigger Putine if you have it in hand. If not, pair this up with Black Kamehameha or Zamasu super combo or Cheelai super combo, and you're going to be resting a lot of cards. Now going into Omega Shenron Allies Absorbed. This is the play I was talking about during turn 3. You can tap 1 to sack your Nuova Shenron. When you play him, you draw a card. You also can get to copy a skill from your drop area. Typically that's going to be Oceanus Shenron. If not, Naturon Shenron is another valid option. And basically it's a 30k body that can restand it in the turn to be a blocker. Or like I said, he can also be Natron, so you could do the same things that he does. Speaking of things Natron can do for us, one of those things is activating Putine, the Dark Sorcerer. She is a barrier unique. If your leader card is yellow, when an opponent's cards is switched to rest mode with one of your card skills, you will play this card from your hand. Hence why we run the super combos every run. Why copying Natrons with Allies Absorbed is a good idea, and why playing Natron is very essential, especially in a format where everything's being played via skills. Now we go into Haze Shenron. Haze Shenron makes this list because he's one of the few cards in this deck that can actually KO cards and remove cards from the board. He is able to do that simply because when your opponent has a battle card in rest mode that has more energy than their current energy, when you combo with Haze or attack with Haze, you can discard a Shadow Dragon from your hand and remove that card from the board. Now we go into Oceanus Shenron Swift Spirals. This card is very effective when you manage to have your dragons during your opponent's turn. This basically makes your Shadow Dragons dual blockers because when you combo with this card and you burst one, you get to restand one of your Shadow Dragons. One of the Shadow Dragons you can restand via the skill is Syn Shenron Negative Energy Explosion. This guy is a deflect double strike barrier blocker, and like I mentioned before, you can restand him with Oceanus Shenron. You can also restand him with the active main/battle. So essentially, as long as this guy survives the battles, he is a dual blocker and even a triple blocker. Speaking of triple, we have Omega Shenron, the Ultimate Shadow Dragon. He is a unique triple strike, active in main for 1 energy. If your leader card is Shadow Dragon card and you have 3 or more energy, and you send 7 mono yellow Shadow Dragon cards from your drop area to your warp, draw 1 card, then play this card from your hand. So it lets you draw 1 and is a triple striker for the win, especially if you have counter in hand. He is the reason why you have to respect Syn Shenron. Of course, his partner in crime, Swift Retaliation Cooler. This is the best way to win the game in my opinion because your opponent sometimes gets very greedy pushing for game, thinking we're forced to go the long game and not really have aggro of our own, but you always gotta respect Syn for being able to pop off whenever given the chance. Now going a bit into the non-battle card defensive plays of the deck, we have Power of Super Saiyan. This card is limited to 1, therefore we're only playing 1. This is a very powerful card. As long as you have an energy open, you get to draw a card and choose either a Unison or a battle card in your opponent's battle area and put it in rest mode. It has tremendous synergy with some cards in the stack, this one being one of them, the Forbidden Power. Forbidden Power is a great counter for us because it lets us go into a combo step, which like I mentioned, the synergy between this and Power of Super Saiyan is very good. What you can do with this card essentially is make your opponent's wide board come down to an end because it can only swing 1 more time with battle cards. And then of course you have things like our super combos and like I mentioned another couple extra cards that really pair up well with Forbidden Power during the combo step. Here are the other 2 cards that pair up really well, which are Realm of the Gods Black Kamehameha. This card is an active in battle. If your leader card is yellow, choose up to 1 of your cards and it gets 10k power for the battle. Then choose 1. If it's your opponent's turn, draw 1 card, then choose up to 2 of your opponent's battle cards and switch into rest mode. And of course, it has the other one, which is if it's your turn, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode and KO it. So this is a new card that I implemented into this deck. The 2 reasons being, it deals with wide board, like I mentioned. It pairs very well with Power of Super Saiyan and Forbidden Power. Also, the other reason why I included it is for the ability to be able to KO cards in rest mode. Like I mentioned earlier, Haze is one of the only cards in the deck, if not the only, besides Allies Absorbed, that can do that. So just having an extra card to remove cards from your opponent's board is very crucial because like I mentioned, the only cards to stop wide board are these, Forbidden Power, and your super combos. Of course, having a lot of blockers helps, however, they can establish a board wide enough that your blockers won't be relevant. It can get really messy for us. And the last defensive non-battle card is going to be Vegeta's Final Flash. This guy has an active in battle. If your leader card is yellow, choose up to 1 of your leader cards or battle cards and he gets plus 15k for the duration of the battle. If all your energy is yellow, when you activate this card, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier and negated skills for the duration of the turn. I included Vegeta's Final Flash in this list because in a best of one, you never know who you're going to play and who's going to be gutsy enough to dump hand with a double or triple strike when you have one energy open. So I always wanted to look out for that. Also, for the mirror match against the 7-cost Syn Shenron negative energy Incarnate SCR, I wanted to have a way to negate skills either for the turn or to blow it up with my Kai SCR. And also against U7, if my opponent played a SS4 Broly SCR, I would have a way to Final Flash it and steal it with my Mechi Unison. My SCR of choice for this deck is Supreme Kai of Time Space-Time Unraveler. I firmly believe this is the best SCR in this deck. It has some sort of synergy within the Zamasu super combos to rest leaders. It has a synergy with the 4-drop to keep the leader from attacking. This adds on to it. The Cell Xeno is definitely not the right call anymore, and the 7-cost Syn Shenron SCR, although it's very good at what it does, I feel like it's just doing more of the same and not really fixing your matchups. There's a lot of matchups that go wide that you would not normally win, but with Kai SCR, they're very winnable. The mirror match is very winnable now because of the Kai. I think Kai is very slept on right now. It's actually stronger in my eyes because of the Pan SCR that came out. So, in my opinion, for Syn Shenron, Supreme Kai of Time is the one that actually fixes your problems instead of just adding more wins to the games that you already win. As for super combos, I have 2 Krillins. So this is a very good generic super combo. Bottom deck a card, draw 2 cards. It's good for putting back the 4-drop Syn back into your deck, so you can filter your deck a little bit more like that. And I also have the 1-1 split of the Cheelai and Zamasu super combos. They both play really important roles in this deck. Since Power Super Saiyan went down to limit 1, I wanted another way to rest a Unison. Cheelai helps with that. Also, like I mentioned in my previous video, since any card your opponent plays during your turn, they're going to be skillless with the 9-drop. You can use Cheelai to pop that card because it is skillless, and during your turn you can pop a card that's skillless. As for Zamasu, just being able to tap down the leader yet again, combine that with the 4-drop and the Kai SCR, it becomes a little nasty cycle. And that's going to do it for my updated Syn deck profile. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like and comment below if you agree or disagree with the list or have any questions. Thank you guys for watching. Until next time.